Hi, I'm Steve Moran, owner and operator of Moran Surveying Incorporated. I've put together a brief presentation that explains elevation certificates and letters of amendment. This presentation will cover who can provide this service for you, why flood insurance is required, the purpose of an elevation certificate and a letter of amendment, the procedure, which includes research, fieldwork, and office calculations, the cost, and then I wrap it up with a brief summary. Who can provide you with these services? Only a licensed land surveyor, an engineer, or an architect can provide a certified elevation certificate. State licensing boards can provide proof of registration. In Massachusetts, you can verify a person's credentials by going to the following website: http://license.reg.state.ma.us. Why does your lending institution require flood insurance? The Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, has determined through its National Flood Insurance Program, NFIP, that your dwelling is at a higher risk of flood damage due to its proximity of known flood areas. This proximity is depicted on flood insurance rate maps like the one pictured above. In the picture, the blue dots surrounded by the solid blue line indicate areas of higher flood potential. If your dwelling falls in or is in close proximity to these zones, FEMA mandates lenders require flood insurance. The purpose. The purpose of these documents is to amend the vertical position of your dwelling so that it no longer is considered at high risk of flood damage. The elevation certificate depicts the vertical relationship between the lowest point of your dwelling and that of the base flood elevation that your dwelling is in proximity to. It is important to note that the use of an elevation certificate does not provide a waiver of flood insurance purchase requirement. Only a letter of amendment from the Federal Emergency Management Agency can amend the flood insurance rate map and remove the federal mandate for lending institutions to require the purchase of flood insurance. The procedures. The process necessary to generate these documents is accomplished in 3 phases. Those phases are research, fieldwork, and office calculations. Research is accomplished by obtaining property information which resides in local town halls, the Registry of Deeds, and at government websites. The fieldwork includes determining the elevation in and around your home. Once these 2 phases are complete, the data is analyzed and the results are annotated on the official flood documents. In some cases, a small plan depicting the distance from the flood hazard in the dwelling is required. The cost. As with all professional services, the cost is largely based on the time spent performing the service. These services include the research, fieldwork, note reduction, and the certification of the documents. Additional costs include those incurred obtaining copies during the research phase. The location of the dwelling is an important consideration when calculating the amount of time needed to perform the measurements in the field. In summary, your lender is requiring you to purchase flood insurance because of a mandate by the Federal Emergency Management Agency. However, this requirement can sometimes be done away with by providing an elevation certificate and subsequent letter of amendment. The information needed to prepare these documents requires thorough and accurate research and fieldwork. The preparation of these documents can only be accomplished by a registered professional. Additional information regarding the flood insurance program can be obtained by going to the following website: www.fema.gov. For a free estimate, please visit my website at www.moransurveying.com or call my office at 781-293-1050. Or if you prefer, you can email me direct at sfmoran@moransurveying.com. Please leave a point of contact in the form of a phone number or an email address, and also list the address of your house so that I may accurately determine the cost of providing these services. Thank you.